Hello, I'm Mark Mullen and I'm the Chief Executive of Atom. I've been all my working career, that's nearly 27 years, in banking and financial services. I've worked in the UK, I've worked abroad, I've worked in business banking and in retail banking. And I've also worked in direct banking where I was Chief Executive of First Direct. About a year ago, I decided to leave it all behind, go out and found a new bank called Atom. Atom Bank is a new concept in banking. It's a digital-first bank, which means that we want our customers to use a self-service, app-based proposition to do all their banking. It'll be available on smartphones and tablets, and it'll be backed up by a customer service team available all day, every day. What makes Atom different is that it has been designed with a future view, not with a view in the rear-view mirror. And what I mean by that is that banks are long established. They've got lots of distribution channels, they've got lots of complexities and legacies and old systems, and they've also got lots of customers. So when it comes to change, they've got to always have one eye over their shoulder, as it were, looking at how to fix the problems of the past. When it comes to Atom, we've designed our bank specifically for a set of technologies that even 5 or 6 years ago barely existed. New bank, and we're a launched bank, and we're an authorized bank, and there are not actually that many of them, right? So the fact that we're not branch-based, the fact that we haven't even got desktop internet banking, the fact that we don't offer telephone banking, we offer telephone support and we offer technical support. Those things make us pretty unique, actually, in the history or context of banking in the UK banking market.
Digital disruption is ultimately about disintermediation, and new ways of doing things are evolving all the time. Banks are still playing catch-up.
There's not been enough change in banks, in my view. And then when you look at digitization of customer experience in banking, again, it's too little and too late and too slow. What digitization does is that it allows a different banking model. It allows customers to actually have more democracy about which products they end up buying and selling, as opposed to the one-stop shop model.
If you consider that the number of branch visits will almost halve over the next 4 years as more people turn to mobile, banks need to provide a customer experience that meets this social shift. Customer experience in retail banks has been changing, but not as fast as customers' expectations. So what will Atom really do differently?
I want the customer experience to be different in every way that we can imagine it. First and foremost, I want it to be personal and intimate, which sounds ironic, I suppose, coming from a sort of a digital banker or a digital marketer. But my understanding and my genuine experience with banking is that direct and digital banks have much higher levels of customer satisfaction and advocacy than multi-channel banks. It's a fact. And there is a reason for that, and the reason is that people feel in control, and they feel understood, and they have visibility. They use the one sense that is the most powerful sense in our lives, which is sight, because they can see their money. They can't see their money anywhere else, but they can see their money digitally.
But retail banking customers are frustratingly loyal, even when they've had a bad banking experience. Research has shown that account holders are more likely to stay with their bank than stay with their partners. To date, Atom has registered nearly 40,000 customers, but only 3,500 have opened accounts.
There are quite a number of customers out there who actually are fed up with the banks that they're banking with, but don't genuinely feel there's anywhere to go. And so offering them an alternative would be welcome, is welcome, and we know this from the research that we've gotten, from the feedback that we get. There is genuine appetite for them to be able to ditch the bank they're with. But if it's a price competition, the neobanks lose. If it's a quality competition, or if it's a proposition competition, they have a fair chance of winning it. But not fast.
Ultimately, Mullen is a realist. This is not an easy fight.
I think there's a whole bunch of really tough things involved in building a business, and building a bank in particular. The milestones are obvious. Raising the capital, getting a license, building the team, choosing the technologies, getting the right partners. Those are the tough things. What I've discovered is that at various different points in the last 2.5 years, some of them have felt like the thing that's going to kill us. And then 2 months later, something else is the thing that's going to kill us. And then 2 months later than that, something else has come along. So what I have learned is a degree of patience.
I'm Anthony Thompson. I am the founder and chairman of Atom Bank. And Atom is the first bank designed for use specifically and exclusively on mobile devices. People are anxious around money. For the vast majority of millennials, it's how can I make my money last until the end of the month. People are terrified about opening bank statements. They're terrified about checking their balances because they're afraid they're not going to have any money. So it's about redefining that relationship, which is really about redefining the information that you need to make decisions to do with your money. The reality is nobody cares about banking. Nobody likes banking. Our job is to make it as frictionless an experience as possible. And if we can make it pleasant and a bit of fun, that's all the better. But the main thing is, you want to do it when, where and how suits you. The first thing is about making it your bank, not our bank. You get your own unique logo. We actually have 1.5 million unique Atom logos. And if you don't like those colours, you can choose some different ones, and they will go through the entire app and through your entire experience. We use a biometric gateway. So instead of having to put in a password, you just take a selfie. It's about making it playful. It's about making it an enjoyable experience. We have a Chief Innovation Officer, Edward Twiddy, whose job it is to scan the horizon, both by category, so outside of banking, and by geography, to look at what we can learn.
Technology has transformed customer expectations. Today, we want everything yesterday. Think Amazon Prime 1-hour delivery, instant banking, and being connected 24/7. I discussed some of these changes with Atom COO Stuart Bromley and asked him how he thinks technology is changing consumer behaviour.
Fundamentally, the shifts that I guess we're picking up on is the shift to mobile, which is changing behaviour in terms of immediacy and being constantly connected and wanting to be able to do everything there and then. It's also about self-service, so because of the way people operate these things, people don't necessarily want to talk to people as they would have done in the older days. They're more than able and educated to do these things themselves, and therefore we're picking up on that. But equally, if people want to turn to someone, they typically turn to social media. So they'll turn to their social communities, the people they trust, people like them, more than they'll trust their bank or any other type of institution. And therefore the way we're picking up on technology is probably around those three things: mobility, immediacy, self-service and social connectedness. And therefore in the app, again, self-service, you can literally type natural language, and we're machine learning how you say things, so different language that people use, but we're also always constantly learning which answer is most likely to give you the right response. So again, we're just constantly using data in a way that's constantly learning, self-learning, to improve the experience.